Well, today on BeckBuilt, we're going to go do some brakes on a 1950, I can't remember if it's a 1950 or a 1951 Chevrolet. I might not include that on the video, but what we are going to get is a walking tour and interview of this gentleman's cars. He's got quite a few, and I've been doing work on them for a long time now, and hopefully I get to get into some more stuff. He's got a Packard transmission for me to rebuild. He's got a steering box on a 1964 truck to replace, stuff like that. But other than that, today we're going to get to enjoy the beauty of the 1950s right here in my own backyard. Alright, so we're here over at my friend Owen's house, Owen. Hello. And he's decided to give us a lovely little tour of his cars that he has. These are the cars that were the first couple of cars we're going to show you are his project cars that hopefully one of them we want to sell, the other one, this Packard, 1951 Packard 300. We want to get it up and running again. It's got a transmission issue. So how long have you had this car?
I've had this one just basically a few years now. I mean, when I got it, the transmission was bad. I mean, high gear went almost immediately. I could use it in low gear for a while, and actually low gear was still working when I laid it up, but just barely. The clutch bands were gone. This is one of the early automatics that used an Ultramatic.
Ultramatic 1.
Yeah, Ultramatic
first one. The first Ultramatic. That's something we learned when we were trying to figure out what transmission kit we needed to get.
And I knew it was going to be an ordeal, but I didn't know how much. I thought it would be laid up for, maybe 6 months max.
Yeah.
Now we're up over 2 years now. It's been laid up because of this transmission. But everything else on it's good. It needs a new paint job. I need to, especially because it's been
every time he says it needs a new paint job, it kills me because I really think this paint job that's on there just needs a very, very, very light wet sand and a heavy polish with some wax cutter or something. Because it's only original ones, my man. Especially if you can save this paint. But I love these grills on all of these cars. The grills, I think, the grills and the hood ornaments, I would say, would be like the crown jewel of these cars back in the 50s.
Oh yeah, Packard was, made big for its, Swan coming up here, which is actually quite sharp, I imagine,
And
when I get angry at a pedestrian,
it's pretty tall off the hood, man. Yeah. Well, sweet, let's get a shot of the motor here. Alright, my man, so what are we looking at here?
We're looking at the Packard flathead straight 8 engine in there. I'm actually not sure the cubic inches on this, but it's a gigantic engine. No, it is. And it's remarkably clean. Yeah. I know y'all can't see too much of the shadows, but I mean, it's dusty, but it is so clean. It's just dusty from being laid up for 2 years. Everything else was working perfectly. It was just that, now I see why nobody rebuilt the transmission. They're a pain to deal with.
They're cast iron bodies, man. The housing alone is insane to pick up.
It weighs as much as an engine. I mean,
but I hear these things on the Packard forums that I've been on Facebook checking out. They say these motors have no problem scooting these cars down the road. So on this interior, one of my favorite things that I absolutely love about it, and now he doesn't have his keys on him to get into it right now, but it has wood trim all the way around the windshield, all the way around the tops of the doors and the windows and the doors, and then all the way around. Let's see if we can see through this back glass. Oh no, I love it. It's like they changed the angle on this. You can see it from here just fine. As soon as you try to see it through the rear glass, so I can see you've got it. The seats reupholstered.
Yep.
The carpet's original, or like what all has been done?
The carpets have been replaced at some point. I mean, just based on general condition, but they were replaced with, near original types. I just used a sturdy gray fabric for the interior. It's not quite, what the seats would have looked like originally, right? But similar in color.
But you want to drive it every day.
Yeah, exactly.
And you say the radio still works even?
The radio still works.
Man, that's amazing. And look, the headliner's still all intact. It's hard to see, we're getting this mad glare here. Let's go walk around and see what the ass end of this thing looks like. I love the placement of the door handles on the trim and not in the middle of the panel itself. It keeps that slick look to it.
Yep.
Oh yeah, look at them tail lights. It's fantastic. Yeah, man. Let me get this Dodge Ram Charger out of the way, and then I'll be able to focus on this. All right, so what do we got here?
This is a 1950 Buick Special.
Buick Special?
Actually,
oh, it says straight 8 on the front, right?
No, wait, yeah.
Oh, it's a Buick 8.
Buick 8.
With the straight 8?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. God, this is the meanest grill out of all of them so far. Like, I mean, well, y'all haven't seen the other ones yet, but this grill right here just has, it just looks like a boxer's underbite. If even such a thing.
Yeah, I remember they called it the kind of a dollar bill grill, you know, it's kind of a symbol, you know, of extravagance after, you know,
dollar bill grill. Yeah, well,
just very, very toothy.
I bet you it's worth more than a dollar bill now.
Oh, yeah.
We are actually, well, Owen is, and I'm going to try to attempt to help him. I'm going to be trying to sell this car. Now, from what I understand, the engine will turn over if you put gas in the carburetor and hit the starter with a screwdriver.
Yes, exactly.
And it fires up, it just won't stay running because there's no proper fuel delivery right now. But I believe he said that he thinks the transmission is the problem with this car, why it ended up being not a driving car. So, but if anybody would like to purchase this car once you're done getting the tour of it, contact me at YouTube for the details. It's not as much as you would think it would be for the car that it is. It's got a lot of potential, but it's going to need somebody that really knows what they're doing with replacing metal panels and edging. Let's check out the hood opens.
Oh, well it does, but it's not attached right now.
Oh, that's right. This hood's not attached.
These were the side opening hoods. And
oh, so it opens up.
Yeah.
Side. So
in an enclosed space.
It'd be this way.
People had brought, yeah. In an enclosed
or
space.
This way. Right. Oh, I can see them. Yeah, because you can see where the gap here is. So this actually opens up that way. That's actually really unique.
Somebody detached it because obviously, you know, if you're in a closed space, I mean, it becomes a pain, so it just was easier.
Now this one has open doors. It's on a jack. Coolest jack I've ever seen. Let me show you guys this. Look at that vintage bumper jack, man. Can you even see it? The lighting is pointed the wrong way. That is such a cool jack right there. Alright, let's get a shot of the interior. So not as fancy as the Packard in the rear, but I still love the rear windows. Check that out. It's like a three-way split window. The tail lights are they're dressed down. The bumper's still nice. So you definitely tell that the whole look of this car was the grille for sure. Some more of that body work that y'all gonna need to do if you decide to buy this car. And transporting is won't be a problem here really soon. I'll be finishing Rusty Venture and be able to haul the car to anywhere, at least at the next state over if anyone needs it. Well, by the obvious labeling, I can tell we got a Ford here. Which Ford is this and what year, man?
It's a 1960 Ford F.1. The straight 6 223 is the smallest engine.
223 straight 6. Alright, sorry, I have to speak up a little bit with the noise of the camera.
Oh, okay.
But, and I know I've already done a little bit of work on this thing. It's actually, this, before the Chevrolet that we're about to show you was fixed, he was driving this every day. Every single day to the store, down the freeway. And this little truck actually runs really good. Really, really good for as old as it is. And it's literally like his work truck. I mean, he has a car, he doesn't work in a truck every day, but when he needs to go pick up some lumber or some soil or a piece of furniture, this is actually the ride that he hops into any given day and goes and picks it up. Now I understand that currently it's a little bit hard to steer.
It's incredibly hard to steer, it's like driving a tank. I mean, normally the steering on these is pretty bad, but now, I mean, you know, there's something wrong with the steering box, and it's just getting really sluggish. But these cars are notoriously bad.
So this is a repetitive problem for like all of these Fords around this era.
They call it like monkey steering. It's just
monkey steering.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, you know, that's what they keep on calling it in the Ford. It's just really bad
version, and it actually could possibly be an episode of BeckBuilt. The Toyota, I know it's funny to say you're going to put Toyota power steering onto an old car like this, but I think it's going to be fun. And you know, y'all know me, nothing's sacred. Chop it. And if you got something you can do to upgrade it and make it better, I'm always about it. So look forward to that in the future. Let's take a look at this motor, man.
All right.
Yes. Now I've seen this sexy bitch a few times. I've gotten to tune this up. It's also really clean under here. I mean, dusty because he uses it, not because he sits. Oh, got snagged. Original radiator. Now check this out. This is his carburetor. This is like my favorite part. All right, let me wipe this clean. Check that out. Do you see the gas floating in there? This carburetor has a glass bowl so that you can adjust your float height and at the same time see your quality of gas before it runs off into your engine. Even though I'm pretty sure by the time it gets to the bowl, the filters better have done their job.
Yeah.
But this thing is fantastic. And as you can see, this is the small, simple gearbox that's giving them all the problems right there that we're going to have to end up doing an upgrade. Which means adding a power steering pump to the belt accessories in the front and run the lines, and of course mounting the new gearbox. Check out the inside of this thing. This is a beautiful truck, and I love the steel rims with the hubcaps. That truck I just picked up has the original factory rims with the center hubcaps. And what's really cool about that is it's four-wheel drive, so it's got the locking hub that comes out through the center of the hubcap. It's made to fit around it. It's really neat. Never mind the seat cover, because it's a daily driver, and without you wouldn't get any wear and tear if it wasn't a daily driver. So really in great shape, man. Like, it's not too bad. It hasn't, I see there's a little rust here and there, but nothing to get all freaked out about.
Yeah, I mean, it's inevitable to get a little rust on these things.
It's a nice little dash. Now, his factory radio is kind of lacking a little bit, but I like this little head unit there.
That's not even the original.
That's not the original radio.
Somebody tried to put in a Ford Galaxy radio.
Oh, they sure did. It does not fit at all.
No, and if you pull that off, I mean, it's cut to hell. They ended up putting a piece of running board that they cut over it to cover it.
They what do you call it? They sell radios now that are modern radios on the inside, but with the old original.
In my, other
Did you? Nice, nice.
So I'll get to see that.
So here you go. Check this out. The truck is still, right? Watch this. Let's see how far. Let's see how far of play we have. So that's how much play he has before anything responds. Look at that. And now this is a 3 on the tree standard.
Yes.
Awesome.
I've had that replaced. I mean, there's once before. Let me tell you. I mean, they're simple and they're relatively cheap. But I mean, these gearboxes. It's really problematic.
I think I know that guy.
It's really problematic because, you know, when a car gets this old, every little thing starts to fail, even things that you wouldn't normally consider. I mean, like the linkages for you know, the shifter just start failing. And I had to get a new one because it kept on putting it in 2 gears at once. And
oh, good Lord.
Gear.
Oh my God.
Actually, I can hear it rattling horribly.
Climb on out of here. Man, that's 2 at once. I think I'll pass. Check out this awesome wraparound glass though, man. There's where it starts from the side of the truck, wraps around. And I'm only can assume that they were doing that to get rid of your blind sides, or what do you call it, blind spots. Oh, I see someone dished their Crown bottle in your truck.
Oh yeah.
And this thing overall, other than like the roof skin's got some issues over it, for this age, this is really not beat up. I mean, you could be Sanford and Son in this motherfucker up, but you're not. It's still really nice. Alright, so real quick, I forgot to ask you one question. Like, so how long have you been having the truck and using it?
About 5 years now.
That's pretty good. I mean, you obviously take pretty okay care of your stuff. It looks like most of the damage that's been done is either like super minor or it happened before you got it.
Yeah.
So this, from what I understand, you've had this car the longest. It's your pride and joy.
Yeah.
It's your baby. And what do we have here, and how long have you had this one?
I've had it for 8.5 years. This is a 1951 Chevrolet style Equinox.
Nice.
And this is the one I've done the most work to. In 8.5 years, the car this old, that wasn't originally in restored condition. I can tell you, I mean, I've worked through almost every mechanical thing on this.
Well, I know you said you've rebuilt the engine.
Yes.
AKA twice. Even though that shouldn't be an AKA, but so twice. What else have you had to do?
Replace the carburetor, replace the gas tank. It'll probably be easier once I see the inside, but
just to say, it's easier to list the stuff that you haven't done. Oh, that guy was driving up the wrong way on a one-way, just so so you wonder why we look so distressed. Oh no, this is you can't do that. It's a one-way.
One way.
It's a one-way.
I know that, but you have to put a thing called that.
No, you can't go up a one-way though.
You can't go up a one-way street though.
Oh my goodness.
You can't do that.
Welcome to New Orleans.
Look what's happening now.
Yeah, look, now she's gonna have to back up. Let me show you what's going on. This lady's driving down a one-way. And she thinks because it's New Orleans, she can do whatever she wants, because that's how everybody in New Orleans rolls. They just do what they want.
It's gonna get somebody killed.
I know.
Y'all be, well, they blocked the street. Who cares? I don't care that they blocked the street. You're putting people at risk.
People here are very self-entitled for being so poor. That's all I gotta say about that. All right, well, let's unhitch this thing and let's check out this motor. So what size motor is this?
This is the Chevy Straight 6, the 216.
216? Okay.
It's a very small engine, only 92 horsepower. Does not get a whole lot of pep.
It says small engine. It actually looks wider than the Jeep 4.0. That's ridiculous, but go ahead.
But it'll get up to freeway speeds. I mean, you can do, top speed probably about, it's usually about 80, 85. I wouldn't take it up that high normally though.
And I love how it's a 6-cylinder, but the distributor is just as big and just as huge as a V8.
Yeah, actually that's
been upgraded.
That's an upgrade.
Yeah, this had points. That's HEI.
Yeah, I had the points taken out. I mean, this is another one of those smart upgrades. I mean, points, it's just a whole lot more maintenance. This is a very simple, almost drop-in upgrade. Same here, with the radiator. They sell a reproduction radiator. But it's just that. It's a modern reproduction. It's not the original radiator. And this was like a quarter the cost. It's a custom.
And honestly, honestly, it's a straight performance radiator too.
Yeah.
I mean, that's way better. Man, once again, it is clean in here. A little bit of Windex, and man, all those people are just driving down the wrong way. A little Windex, and this thing would be clean. You could eat off of it.
Yeah, and I got other things I've replaced, in here. I mean, obviously I put a
the air breather,
air filter. I replaced the carburetor, with an original one, but that's.
What is this? This is another piece of glass. Is this a fuel regulator?
I think it's a little extra filter or something.
Oh, it does say fuel filter, but it doesn't look like there's a filter in it.
No, I have an inline filter down.
Okay, so this is it's functioning as far as you can see your gas.
Yeah.
Well, that's still cool. I really like the glass parts in the old fuel systems.
And of course, both this one, unlike the Packard, which is still 6 volt, this has a 12 volt conversion.
So okay, so you changed this one over to the 12 volt. The Packard, are you gonna leave it 6 volt, or are we gonna try to convert that too?
I actually have a 6 volt alternator.
Oh.
Which is supposed to give you more punch to start up. Which is, the problem. I mean, especially, old engine.
Yeah, they like the drag.
It's, starting. But this should, that should actually, it's supposed to give it an extra kick. It's better quality, and, without actually, changing too much. And, doing an entire 12 volt conversion can be a pain.
Nice.
And certain parts will go out later, low voltage things. you know, you'll forget.
Looks like you changed the speedo cable on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can tell because some of this stuff is just a little too shiny.
That's actually something I changed out myself.
Nice.
You know, all of a sudden it wasn't measuring speed, and
All right.
I was worried about it, but then I got to the bottom to try and figure, you know, to try and like detach it. I just assumed that the cable had broken, you know, internally, and it had. But when I got to the end, it had also, the part that screws in it cracked, and they put on one of those plumbers compression things.
Oh no, they put
the
a compression fitting.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
That was hooked on to it, you know.
That's hilarious.
I had a whole lot of other things like that. They were really, you know, steering everything they could.
Well, man, this noise looks like it's not going to give up. How about a little shot of the inside and maybe a ride?
Oh yeah, sure.
Sweet.
Oh shit.
Battery's dull?
Yeah. I'd forgotten about that. I'd run it down before.
Uh-oh. We need... Alright, well, we can, you get a jump on it, huh?
I can jump it.
Alright. Checking out the interior here. All these grills, man, and these dashboards. The 1950s had it made, man. They're like, hey, we know that y'all are all poor and you can't afford much, but check out your cars. That is a sight to see. That is one cool hood ornament to be behind. I see your hula girl. She's shedding a little bit, but she's still representing. Oh, this is great. Oh, it's still a little cold. It's alright. Got the manual choke on the job. Look at that.
I love manual chokes.
Man,
I make them so much easier. On the Packard, that's the only one I have with an automatic choke. I actually did replace that. I had a hell of a time finding it because you have to find new old stock. It's, you know, like a coil. But I put that in, helped a little bit. Not as much as you'd think. I still kind of like to have a manual choke on it. It just makes it so much easier to start, especially when you have a 6-volt. This one usually starts up pretty well, but it has two things wrong. One, the battery was low.
Yeah.
You know, just from...
Yeah, guys, sorry about the interruption too on the cutscene. We had to pull out the Toyotatronic X-Wing Dream Machine to give this girl, old girl a jump. So
yeah. Well, one, you know, the battery was low because the brake pedal's sticking, and the last time I went out, I also had to get a jump because I was gone for a few hours and the all three brake lights were on.
Yeah.
So I needed a jump before. I meant to put on the charger, but of course I did not. And another problem though is also the starter on this. For some reason, it keeps coming loose. That means you have to have more power because it kind of jerks on a decision.
Well, we can take care of that with Loctite.
Yeah, I think I need to do something like that. Well,
definitely.
Another thing is you have to use a special wrench to tighten it because there's no room to get it in.
A specialty tool in 1950?
Oh no, it's special to me.
Oh, it's special to you.
An old mechanic of mine said, you know, I just could not work with your starter, so I got one of my wrenches and I heated it and bent it at a certain angle to where it can get at it, and then he just gave it to me, so I always keep that in the trunk.
Make a no out of no way. I might have covered up the microphone just now a bit, but I'll do a funny voiceover or something if I have to. Man, this is great though, this little clock. And look, I really got to say, the ride is fantastic.
That's actually one thing I've done very little too, is the suspension. I've replaced some of the shock absorbers. You know, and one of the lower control arms ended up breaking, but that's actually it. Other than that, I've just, you know, kept it about all the same. It actually has a pretty strong suspension. It's lived up to New Orleans roads, which are in very bad shape.
I was gonna say,
8.5 years
if anyone's ever been down here, they've got to understand how third world the roads here are. I mean, we've got people losing their cars and bicycles in sinkholes on the side of the road, let alone the potholes in the middle of the road. And this thing is actually really smooth. I gotta get a hula girl now. No, I want a hula girl for my new truck, Rusty Venture. Needs a hula girl. And I'm gonna name her, I don't know what I'm gonna name her. Should probably name her, what's that song? Not Layla. Anyways, I'll probably cut that part out. Man, no, this is really smooth. This is not bad. And you see, like, the So this is all Bakelite.
Yeah.
This is all Bakelite. That's
At
crazy.
least the original knobs are. These, you know, I'm not sure about the new thing. But
They could possibly just be yellowed plastic because the Bakelite would crack before it turns that.
That's just the radio, but the other parts, I mean, you know, the choke knob, the headlight switch.
Yeah.
Except actually the vent switches. The vent switches when I got it, they were chewed up to hell and back. So
These here.
those.
Man.
So it's kind of a mix now.
It's so cool. And normally I'd be in a car sweating balls right now. And I'm pretty sure this car does get pretty hot, but it's not that bad.
Well, the vent windows really do help. I mean,
I don't have mine open. No, it's okay though. I love vent windows. Oh, I love the back doors have vent windows too. That is fantastic. Well, Owen, I really appreciate you giving us a tour of your cars. I guess it's time for me to have to get my hands dirty because we're gonna see if I can do anything to this car today. It sounds like though, what you're talking about, it might be more comfortable for me over at my house. But other than that, that completes this episode of BeckBuilt.